Hi Raquel, how are you? I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. And I'm just here with some music for you this week. And yeah, so, oh my gosh, do you believe that the summer is almost upon us? And they're only like 20 more days of school or something ridiculous like that? Do you believe it? I can't. I really can't. But I don't know, I'm sort of excited. Anyway, let's talk Mozart. Let's go back to our Mozart, because you were doing so nicely when you counted last week. It was really a whole other ball game once you counted. And it's funny because when you counted it out loud, it really made all the difference in the world. By the way, we don't talk about warming up with scales, but you should always you have 4-octave scales. Work on them every day. Work on voicing so that you lead with, say, the right hand. And then the left hand has to be a lot more subdued. That's the typical way to work on them, but it's also very helpful to change it up. So do the opposite. Do the left hand strong, right hand soft. Leading with the left hand. Another fantastic approach to scales. Practicing them, let me see, also in different textures. For instance, right hand staccato, left hand legato. Great idea as well. So we have all sorts of possibilities there. So be sure to explore them, my dear. And yeah, do some nice warm-ups before we do this. So anyway, let's go a little bit further with our variations, shall we? All right, let's go on to variation 3. Melody, such gorgeous harmonies where Mozart is going here. It's just really beautiful. So my recommendation again is the counting is the rhythm. Count for the 16th notes. I think that's probably going to be your safest way to go. So 3 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and again phrasing. So don't just you're very musical, so I don't have to even tell you this, but as a reminder, because sometimes when we start counting, especially out loud, we get so very legalistic and we become metronomic and we forget the musicality. So our aim, Raquel, is to make every single rep count for more than one thing. So every time you play it, you're playing with all the right ingredients. So there's never anything you have to unlearn. I can't tell you how many students play the wrong way. They practice the rhythm, but this way. 3 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 1 E and a 2. So what's wrong with that? Well, obviously it doesn't sound good. So they might be getting the rhythm right, but they're completely missing out on the dynamics. They're completely missing out on the phrasing. They're completely missing out on the slurs that are written. They're completely missing out on the expression and the mood. So we have to add all those colors, all those dynamics, all those expressive elements right from the start. So even though we're practicing, even if it's for the first time, our first introduction, right? Like they always say, first impressions make the most, they're like the ones that really impact you. You'll never forget a first impression. With pieces, it's the same thing. You have to always maintain that beautiful first impression. So never get away from playing it musically, right? So add all these wonderful things to it, the colors, but at the same time, play it with absolute precision with your rhythm, okay? So if I take it from the second measure, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 1E and a 3E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 1E 2E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 1E and a 2E and a play along 1E and a, oh, here we go, triplets, 1E and a 2. All right, so what do we do in that case? Because we're counting for 16th notes. And then suddenly we get the triplets. All right, so, and the left hand is going on, doing the 4, right? So we have to do this compounding rhythms, trying to squeeze 3 into 4. It's like trying to fit a triangle into a circle, or, you know, like a square into a circle. You know, it's going to be, you have to really get creative here. You know, if I had to play it in a very kind of out there way. 1E and then we get back to 1E and a 2E and a 1E and a 2E and it's such a pretty piece there. You've had this cross rhythms before, so no worries there about it. But just really listen for that beautiful musicality and the melody in the right hand for the best effect there. What happens to variation 4? Oh my goodness. 3. Let's go back to her. Oh my gosh, this is going to be, so instead of 16ths, which we were counting for, now he's bringing us into the world of 32nd notes. That Mozart. Okay. 3 E and 1. So you have to fit that in, that little doodad with those 32nd notes. You have to fit that in after the 3 E and after the so not with the because the is a 16th beat, and this comes after this 16th beat. So 3 E and 1, and you have to just bam. It's gonna take off like a rocket ship. 3 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 E and 2 E and 1 3 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 E and 1 E and 2 E. Woo! I am out of breath. That is a tricky passage, but if you count it out like that, you should have no trouble with it. So, again, musicality, no issue for you. I know you are oozing with musicality. This is all about just being very, very clear about your counting. So, work methodically, metronome, but most importantly, counting out loud, because you want to be 100% sure that this rhythm is internalized, that it's yours, okay? All right, sweetheart. Have a wonderful weekend, and I can't wait to see you Friday. Bye, hon.